I really feel like the reason there's such a push against tofu is because it's the type of meat alternative that you can simply grow yourself. Think about it. Hi guys. Okay. Have you ever heard of people who are on a plant-based journey? Have you ever heard of them talking about how good soybean or tofu is for you? It's been extremely advantageous. It's just been a blessing for me and my whole family. So anyway, I just thought I would show you guys how I make good old soul food barbecue tofu. So if you're given like a directive from your doctor or something that you probably need to eat some tofu, or if you're looking for a meat alternative and you're interested in tofu but it looks like a big old gross block, well, it's not. So I want you guys to come along with me as I make some barbecue tofu. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Barbecue tofu. All right, let's go. Now look at that plate. That's some good soul food. So anyway, here's the tofu. I've sliced it up. I am putting it in the pan, you guys. If you don't eat tofu, don't bother to watch. But if you do, or if you want to, this will help you to cook it. This is like Soulfood Tofu 101, okay? That's what I might make the video. Soulfood Tofu 101. This goes out to my girl Lynn. Back in the day, probably like 29 years ago, she showed me how to make barbecue tofu. Anyway, so you put the tofu in the pan. I'm gonna season it. Toss it. What you're gonna do now is flip over the tofu once one side is really crispy, and then you're gonna repeat your seasonings all over again. In the meantime, my hubby's over here doctoring up a pot of beans for us. Now let's take the tofu out onto a paper towel to remove any excess olive oil. Did he just put some honey in there? That's what I'm talking about. Now to finish off our tofu, I've warmed up some plant-based barbecue sauce to pour over the tofu. Not a lot, just enough to glaze it. And then we toss. Just enough to coat it so it's still slightly crispy, but also yummy and tender and barbecuey on the inside. Just so it's lightly coated. So that shit to worry about. How was your food, Zay? Awesome. What was your favorite part of the meal? Hey, the tofu. Did you just say the tofu? Yes. Hey. I love it. Okay, you guys. So I'm finished with dinner. Oh my God. It was so good. Hold on, let me take my hat off because I had my hat on in the house and I just realized that I've had it on the whole time. Anyway, you guys, oh my gosh, it was so finished. Let me get my plate so we can eat it. I'm gonna keep my hat on because my hair looks that much of a mess. No, that's fine. Because I'm keeping it real. Okay, you guys, our plate is done. I am telling you. Okay, so I kind of slid past. Wait, first of all, does this plate not look good? Look at it. Okay, we got a little rice. I'm learning to eat less rice. Yes, that is white rice because that is what it's actually sushi rice because I make sushi and that's all I had. But that's white rice, black beans, salad, barbecue tofu, and some yummy plant-based cornbread. And there you go. So anyway, I would have showed you how to make everything, but I was focusing on the tofu because I know you can add your own stuff with it. So I want you guys to be okay if that's your thing. If you're interested in tofu, you may be drawn to eat it and it may work wonders for you. Some people are concerned with the hormones that are in tofu concerning, and it's been discussions and trial tests, I guess you would say, based on the hormones that are in tofu is too much estrogen, so it can affect your hormones. But I have to say, from my knowledge up to this point, and I'm learning more, the plant hormones are not identical to our hormones. So plant estrogen is metabolically different than our estrogen. So it has not affected me. And so I think that's what has helped me to eat it and not really tune into that. And a lot of my doctors, literally the first thing they say, what kind of diet are you on? And I tell them what we're eating. It was like, well, have you tried tofu? It would be great for you. And so not like I trust everything that the doctors say, but I'm not one that doesn't trust anything that they say. So anyway, let's get on to this amazing meal. All right, so here's the tofu. The best part of the tofu is that when you season it so well and you fry it crispy, when you put the barbecue sauce on it, oh my gosh, it makes it amazing. And then let me just dig into these black beans. My husband made the black beans in the salad. Look at that salad. Yeah, my boo got it going on. And so good. Take a bit of our cornbread. Now, freaking amazing. The cornbread, the reason that it's plant-based is because what I usually do is find, if I don't make it homemade from cornmeal and if I want sweet cornbread, I will find a mix that does not have eggs or milk in it. Then what I do is come back and add a half a cup of chickpea liquid. And that chickpea liquid acts as a binding agent that binds my cornbread so it doesn't fall apart. So I can have old school, good old yummy cornbread salad. In the summer times, this whole salad is coming out of the garden. Well, even now, if the snow hadn't come and killed my brassicas or my leafy greens, I would have had it come from there, but that's okay. I bought some organic salad and then the cornbread and then a little bit of rice because I'm striving to reduce my starchy intake. And then I've got those black beans. But anyway, you guys, this meal is freaking yummy. Go ahead, go home, make it for your family. The whole meal took me maybe 30 minutes. Now, I know my husband was assisting. He did the black beans and he did the salad, but bring somebody into the room with you, a child or anyone. And even if it's yourself, turn you some music on, take you some time and make an amazing meal, because what? Your health is your wealth. So anyway, you guys, have an amazing, amazing evening. And I'm so glad I just stopped to share this meal with you and how to make good old-fashioned soul food barbecue tofu. Anyway, you guys, have an amazing day. Bye. Until next time, I can't wait. Oh, and I cannot wait to share with you what's been going on in the garden. I'm not just cooking right now. I am planting my seedlings, but I've been so busy cooking and making these yummy meals, and I know I want you guys to be ready to eat all the yummy stuff that you're gonna grow this year. So anyway, I'll be back soon with you with more garden updates, but in the meanwhile, let's eat some food while it's cold outside. Guys, quick update to this video. As you see, I look totally different, so it's after the video. But what I want to say to you guys is one reason why I really felt the need to share a tofu video, and you'll see a lot more recipes with tofu, is because that's one plant-based meat. The reason I feel like there's such an agenda against tofu is because it's one of those plant-based meats that, or a meat alternative that you can have and there's no middleman. So if you think about the journey of most people when it comes to plant-based food, you find that you go to the store and there's all this, plant-based chicken, plant-based fish, plant-based nuggets, all of the things. And all of those meat alternatives come from a factory. And there's so many ingredients in there that you might as well just be eating meat, like for real, because it's about your health and it's about raising your elevation when it comes to the food that you're putting in your mouth. And if you are not striving to eat meat because it's not healthy for you, and then you go to a meat alternative in the grocery store, it's probably a lot of those meat alternatives are not healthy for you. And believe it or not, a lot of them are full of carbohydrates. So you can become obese and you can become diabetic by indulging in so many plant-based solutions for meat that come from a factory. So that being all said, what's the moral of this story? When you are on this plant-based journey, it is very important that you understand that it's a plant-based journey. So therefore, your garden is a huge source of most of the food that you will eat because it's coming directly out of the soil. And you can control how it's processed. And you can control if it's genetically modified or if it's not. So that's really one of the things that is an opportunity with tofu is genetically modified tofu. So that means, when you are in the store and you are shopping for tofu, make sure it's non-GMO tofu. Then you're at least getting something that's not genetically modified. You won't have to concern anything about it setting up cancer in your body or messing with your hormones. So I just wanted to tell you guys, a part of me, I really feel like the reason there's such a push against tofu is because it's the type of meat alternative that you can simply grow yourself. Think about it. Anyway, you guys have a nice day. You hear my grandbaby in the back? Anyway, let me go spend some time.